So I am on today because we have a new, just a way of thinking about things. And I wanted to just jump on here to just tell you, about how we're doing things moving forward. So we're going to, I've always been about that action ball. Shout out to Marshawn Lynch. And so what we decided to do with Give It to the People is we're going to be having a series of things that are in action. Okay. And in action means that you're actually doing the things, you're actually learning what you need to learn and being able to apply that immediately. So one of the first things that we're doing is workforce in action. And I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of you have businesses and you're overwhelmed because you don't have enough help. But if you did have the help that you need, then you have to do what? Pay those people, right? And then you're like, well, where's the money going to come from to pay those people? Because maybe I can barely pay myself, or maybe I am paying myself, but I'm not even paying myself enough of what I need to be, or I'm not sure if I can even afford to pay somebody else. So this is what I want to say to you. You're going to get to a point where you can't afford to not pay somebody else because you cannot replicate yourself. And I don't care how many kids you have, unless you can clone yourself today with all the knowledge that you have now, and then poof, here's another you. What's going to happen, right? And I'm not saying if you have kids that your kids aren't great. I believe your kids are probably wonderful, okay? But you still need somebody that's willing to do the work, that wants to learn, and that's really there to help you grow. So we are developing this luncheon that we're going to be doing, which is called the Workforce in Action Business Luncheon. And this is meant to help our entrepreneurs, because this is the problem. Big business already knows about it. So they use workforce development. Big business already gets interns. But you're sitting here like, well, I don't know how to do that. I don't know what to do. So we have two things that we're going to be doing. The Workforce in Action Business Luncheon is going to be specifically with workforce development to tell you exactly what you need to do in order for you to get an employee to work with you that you don't have to pay. And if you already have been in the system, then, you understand it. But most of our small businesses have not been in the system, do not understand how it works, don't know who to talk to, what paperwork to fill out, how to get, even for you to tell somebody what you need somebody to do for you. So that's what this is going to do. In addition to that, we have a new program that we're going to roll out next year called Intern Ready. So our programs are going to be either in action or to get you ready for something, which means that there's a process that goes through things. So when we do the in action, those are going to be like 1 day actionable workshops where you do the thing so that this way you're done with it and then you can move on to the next step. Our ready programs are going to be between 4 to 8 weeks to really help you get ready to be able to take on whatever it is that you say that you want to take on to build capacity. So what I know with our small businesses is a lot of people are like, oh my God, well, how'd you get that intern? The thing is, it's not about you just getting the intern. You have to be able to tell them what you need them to do, which means your stuff has to be together in order for you to do that. So our Intern Ready program is going to help you do that, and that's going to launch in January. When we talk about workforce in action, we're going to start that this year. So that luncheon is going to be the first thing, and then there will be a series of things where they are hands-on to help you sit down and work literally so that you can get into this system to get the training. Now, it doesn't matter if you're a one-person company or you're a bigger company, you still can get access to this. But a lot of times people just tell you, oh, okay, well, yeah, go on over there to workforce development. You don't even know who to talk to. You don't know what you need to have. But if you work with us, you will. Okay. So the luncheon is going to be super awesome. We're always going to have great food. The photography and the videography is going to be great. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with our small little group of people. It's not going to be more than 50 people at this luncheon, but it'll also be other business entrepreneurs in the room and also support organizations to be able to provide some resources to you. Now, I think that this is an easy and logical way for us to start the conversation and get you the help that you need. Now, the process is going to depend on how quickly you have your things together, but you will learn what you need to have together when you come to this event. And so we're going to work the rest of the year to help you get prepared for that. And then you'll be able to get somebody that can work for you, and that will help you increase your capacity. So sometimes people think, okay, it's just the money or it's just the marketing. That's a part of it, but you need a body in there. You need somebody that is competent. You need somebody that knows how you want to work and what you need so that they can produce results. Okay. And not only that, the biggest thing for you to look at is you have a way that you think. And maybe that way that you think is stuck in here and it's not actually out there as an operating procedure. So you expect people to do things a certain way, but they don't know how you think. This is really meant for you to be able to say, listen, I can take those thoughts out of my head. I can get somebody to help me. I don't have to do all of the work by myself. And I mean, there is a difference between an intern and a person that's actually working for you, and they're going ahead and they're getting, paid, right? But do you need to pay them? Okay. And that's the trick right here, is that we're going to make it so that this way you can get somebody to help you where you don't have to pay for them. But we're also going to do some things where if you are in a position to be able to pay, then you'll be able to offer that up as well. Sometimes you just don't know what you don't know, right? Like that's what we've been saying for a long time. My mentor, LaShawn Harley, says that all the time. She's just like, people just don't know what they don't know. But I'm trying to tell you, you're going to know. You're going to know some things, okay? So I want to see you at the Workforce in Action Business Luncheon. It is coming up in November, and we're going to have some marvelous instructors to be able to help you. But it's also going to be a networking opportunity for you to be able to see what else do you need in your business. And this is why we need you to come out, because we want to be able to provide this type of training throughout the state of North Carolina. But we're starting right here in the Triangle area in Durham, and it's going to be a great day for you to be able to get the things that you need. So I just want to jump on really quickly, be able to tell you that. And then also, we're going to put the link, but it's already on the website. So if you go to giveit2thepeople.com, or if you go over to our membership and join, which is what you should do for free, go to giveitgetit.biz. Then this way you can be a member. You're going to be able to get information. And I'm going to be sending out an email soon. Our members are going to get a discount to come to this luncheon. Okay. Because, what's the point of you being a member if you don't get a discount? So we're going to give a little discount to our members because y'all are special. We love y'all. And we do everything in excellence. But I'm going to tell you, I get very frustrated at people who think you should just know everything. There's so much stuff out here and there's so much help and there's so many resources, but a lot of these organizations do not market themselves. They are there. They are working in city and county and state, but you don't know how they can help you. So I want to break that barrier down because I just get a little bit tired of, okay, people just saying, oh, it's resources out there. Tell me how I can use them and how, oh, I'm sorry, I got the microphone, and how they can impact my business in the next month, in the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, or whatever, so that I can increase my capacity. That's what we're doing. I'm tired of, knowing that something's there and just sending somebody somewhere and then seeing if they follow up. No, we're bringing the people to you. Okay. So, we don't just talk about it, honey. We be about it. That's what we do over here at Give It to the People. And I give it to you real. I give it to you raw because nobody needs stuff sugar coated when it's time to open those doors. Because if you don't get the help that you need, do you know what's going to happen? The doors are going to be closed because you're not going to be able to afford the lights. Okay. You're not going to be able to afford anything else. You're not going to be able to afford to even go on vacation. You won't be able to afford a sick day. You won't be able to afford to close up for a day or for a week because you don't have certain things. But if I showed you how to do them, right? And I made it affordable for you. And I also told you this is exactly what you can do. And there's a time frame of you being able to have somebody work for free for your business. And you're like, you know what? I need that. I need that. And then I tell you what to fill out. And we have the time where somebody sits down with you to work that out. Come on now. That's priceless. That's priceless. I want to see your business in existence next year and the year after that and the year after that. And as long as you feel like you want to keep this business. And that's what happens to the big businesses. They can keep doing that. Nobody is really saying, small businesses, this is specifically what you need. And we're going to work on this today. Now, I know it probably sounds like I'm doing too much when I say the phrase, nobody is helping you. But I do see that there are a lot of organizations out here who just send you, here's a reference. Go to this person, go to that person. And I've always done that. I'm not a gatekeeper, so I always give people, this is where you should go. But what I've learned is some of y'all don't follow through. Some of you actually need somebody to hold your hand, to sit there and walk through an application with you. Some of you need, somebody to say, get your stuff together. Let's do it. And you need a date and you need a time and you need an expiration on that. Because guess what? Your business is still going to keep going if you have the help that you need. But what happens is we get burnt out because we don't have enough help. But if I can help you get enough help, then what would that be like? If I can help you replicate part of what you do, what would that be like? And so I'm talking from experience. I'm talking from a person who does a whole lot of stuff by themselves. But I know what it is to have an intern. I know what it is to have a contractor that works for me. But guess what? I've never wanted to have employees. And part of that is I didn't want to have to pay and be responsible for somebody's full-time salary. But you have to decide on how you're going to be able to grow your business. And if you're a business like mine, where it does depend on you all the time, then you have to be ready to be functional and to be able to do the things. But sometimes you just need a little bit of extra help. You need an employee to be there. You need somebody who knows how you want things to be done so you can walk away. I have people that I can trust like that. I usually pay them as contractors. But what if there's somebody that could be there on a regular basis, right? Maybe you only need somebody to work 20 hours for you, but maybe you need a 40 hours, right? I don't know what your business needs are, but I know that we can figure them out and I know that we can help you. So this workforce in action, this luncheon is the first thing that we're going to do where we'll be talking about exactly what you need. And then this way we'll go forth and we'll have those sessions where you can sit down and you can actually do the things with the people who know exactly. Now, I'm going to throw this out there too, because I see some of the people that are here on this live stream. What if you're a service oriented business like me, right? Where you're looking at it and you're just like, well, I still do need help, but they can't do everything for me. And what if you are the main driving force behind your business? Did you know that there is money where you can train other people? Okay. Did you know that you have to be in the system in order to do that? Did you know that you have to be approved in order to do that? Guess who knows that? I do, right? And so sometimes we're like going out there trying to look at contracts. But what if you were in a system and somebody needed the services that you provide and then they send you a message to say, hey, we got a couple $1,000s for you to go ahead and train these people for this amount of time at this location? Would you say yes? I think you would, right? And so I want it to be easier for us to get money. So whether you're on the side of service providing and training, that's one way. But what if you're on the side where you need somebody to come work for you? That's another way. What if you need somebody that has a specific skill set and you only need a short amount of time for them to do something like a semester where maybe you need an intern because the kids know things. Okay. Now, when I'm saying the kids, I don't mean it to be disrespectful, but if you grown, like, you know what grown is, then the college students, right? So that's what I'm saying, the kids, they know more stuff than you do about this technology. They could just do all kinds of magical things that you don't even know anything about, stuff that you've never heard about. But also their perspective is drastically different because maybe they aren't even your target customer, but they see things because they're younger. They see things because their experiences are different. And that can change you, build up what you know, build up things that you didn't even think about, that you didn't even know were possible. So this is why this luncheon is important. I don't just put stuff together just to say, let's just eat and drink. Okay. Even though I do love to eat and drink. Okay. Y'all know I don't drink alcohol, but I love a tasty beverage. So I do that, but I do that because it nourishes the body and the mind and it keeps us in conversation. I do things that help you immediately. So this is going to be something that can help you immediately. So whether you're service driven, product driven, you have a brick and mortar location, you're operating out of the home, you operate primarily online and you are a Wi-Fi prince or princess, whatever it is, this can help you. Okay. Event section, sign up to come to this event because it is limited to 50. And the plan is that we will do this in other areas throughout the state. But if you want to be a part of the first one and you want to start getting your stuff together in this year, the year of our Lord 2025, then you need to be at this luncheon, okay? Because we're only going to do one this year program that we're going to be doing with some of the colleges in some of the areas. So it's a lot of stuff happening. And I don't do the things that it's just like, oh, I could just miss it. You can miss it if you want to, but then when other people are still growing and glowing, honey, and then you sitting over there and your business is looking ashy and it's not moisturized, don't blame that on me, okay? Because I provide the opportunities. So check it out on the website. Make sure that you clear your schedule for that day. And I'm telling you, you will get the resources that you need that day. And then we will roll out a schedule for the additional training and the additional registration and all of the rest of that. So you can be a part of the system in North Carolina. And this means that you can get those resources anywhere in the state. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. All right. We're doing things that are impactful. We're doing the things that people really need because there's a lot of people out here just talking about business and this and that. It's a whole bunch of conferences that you just hear people just talking about themselves. But what are you really doing? And how are our businesses really going to grow? We need help. Okay. And this doesn't have anything to do with race, gender, or any of that. This has to do with you have a business. You need more help. You need more capacity. And that means that sometimes that extra body that's there that gets a little piece of your knowledge, is the person to be able to help you. So there's a lot of stuff that's out there that we just don't know about. We hear these words, we hear these terms and these acronyms, but if you sit down and put those cheeks in the seat and come to this Workforce in Action Business Luncheon, you're going to get the knowledge that you need. And then guess what? You can go spread that knowledge to more people. So what are we going to do here? We're going to join the membership at giveitgetit.biz, okay? We're going to get our ticket to Workforce in Action Business Luncheon, and we're going to be present, and we're going to bring our needs. So what I want to hear that day is, what do you need help with specifically? So we can help you devise a plan for your business that really puts you in position to win, okay? So I didn't want this to be too long, but it needed to be, longer than like 1 or 2 minutes, because I'm so tired of people not getting the help. I keep seeing businesses close, and it's unnecessary. My goal during COVID was to help as many businesses stay in business as possible, unless a person just wanted to close it. But if you're operating a business in this year, 2025, I don't want you to close it. I want you to keep going. I want you to keep getting this money. And so, you need help. Let's just help you, right? And this is the other thing. I need to say this because I'm telling you, I speak from the heart, okay? And God tells me the messages to tell people at the time that I'm supposed to tell them, all right? So originally this started where I was going to go ahead and I was going to do like a little teeny mini commercial, and I have a couple of those that I'll pop out. But this is me talking to you like I would talk to you if we were in person. So sometimes government moves too slow. I just had a conversation about this yesterday, and I'm just like, somebody, now mind you, the person was wise. So I want to explain why I'm doing this. The person was wise, and they said, okay, if you want to do XYZ, then you can submit an RFP, and then they have to submit, other people have to be out, and the program that you want to put out, is probably going to take 6 months before you can do that. 6 months? 6 months. I was like, first of all, people need people as soon as possible. What are you talking about 6 months? I was like, the people that need help cannot wait 6 months. They might wait 30 days, maybe 60 days, but 6 months? I understand, because people that are in these positions, government doesn't move that fast, typically, right? But we need help now. We need to know what we need to know now. And so a lot of times, agencies will do their same thing that they do once or twice a year. And they don't do a good job of publicizing it so people know. They don't talk to you the way that I'm talking to you today, okay? They are in positions where we'll have these meetings, and it'll be other agencies and other business organizations that help entrepreneurs. But sometimes that information does not trickle down to you as fast as it needs to. And sometimes as soon as they get off a meeting, they go back to doing their job, or they send out the email and then they want people to share it. But this is why we created this whole membership for you to be in the ecosystem, because we share the information. We try to get it out to you as soon as possible. We try to let people know. Anybody that knows me knows if I see an opportunity that I know is for you, I'm going to send it. I'm going to send that email. Okay. I'm going to send a DM. I'm going to let you know, right? I'm going to tag you in something. But everybody's not on social media all the time. Sometimes people don't check their emails. I'm on LinkedIn all the time, as much as I can be, because there's been a lot of meetings happening lately. But the season to get the help that you need is here now, okay? And I can't wait for 6 months for to help you. I just can't do that. That type of stuff bothers my nerves so bad. So as I've been more in this government space and understanding the nuances and how they work, sometimes you do have to just do the thing, right? And then just let them just jump on the bandwagon. Because what I know is the resources are there. But you need to know the person that you need to talk to, the department, the number, the email, the website, the office, the address, you need to know that direct thing. And so that's what we're providing for you. So I'm off my soapbox now because I have some work to do and I have some meetings that are coming up. But please tag somebody in this message, share this message with somebody, register, go to the website at giveitgetit.biz. Get to the event section, register for Workforce in Action Business Luncheon, and know that this is going to be a great day that's going to help your business. And even if you are a service provider and you help other businesses, this is still going to be valuable for you to come to, because sometimes you don't understand the nuances of how things work. And sometimes things are much simpler than people make them appear. Sometimes you're missing one piece of paperwork and that person can tell you. But if you don't know certain things that can help make your business better, You're just sitting there just trying to keep doing the same thing that you've been doing. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. So this is exactly why I know I'm going to do my part to help you do what you need to do. And it does not need to be based on the government schedule. Okay. It's going to be based on the schedule that I know people need these things. So what I'm trying to do is for this last quarter of the year is do as much as possible to prepare you for the success that you're going to have in 2026. Okay. That's what I'm trying to do. So let's get it. That's just it. Share this message. I love y'all. Make sure you always show up and show out, and you continue to give it to the people.